Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 23 of my Inca El Dorado series. Technically, it's actually going to be the finale because um, others have already commented on the fact that Washington just went down. Like, I was shocked at how much just one artillery just took it down. Lancer to back it up, that's all it took. Our infantry are super overpowered compared to everything the opponent has. Um, there's so many things we could do here. Uh, you know, we could push on into Poland and whittle down his army, take Warsaw, just say to hell with the diplomatic penalties that we may incur. We could wipe him out. Also, again, saying, well, I guess not wipe him out because he's got these cities here. But we could. Looks like he's raising this one. Yeah, but he's keeping Sigtuna. Like we could sue for peace and just get Sigtuna and give it right back. Or somebody suggested, getting a city out of the peace deal, giving it to Washington, which is also fine. We could come over here. I expect it's going to be the same thing because I'm sitting here talking about Washington going down and infantry, but it's not just that. It's also the ironclads are just beasts compared to everything they're up against in the water. It says our combat strength is 45. Over here it's 23. We got multiples coming over along with frigates. Um, Nobody compares on the military score. So it would be very easy to do. And it got me thinking because I've never been in a situation like this before. I've never mixed science with military. And I gotta say, it's a lot of fun. It's very interesting. But perhaps that would mean freedom wasn't the way to go as far as ideology, right? Um, just based on some things I've read elsewhere, rather than coming into railroad, perhaps after finishing plastics, the thing would have been to come up into atomic theory. It would boost our academies, and then we could build the Manhattan Project, start finding nukes, bombing cities, taking them, find the oil, get some planes up. Like, it just seems like so much that could be done. And I wasn't steering towards that at all. I was just going to a science victory. I didn't want to. Like, I was keeping my options open. I think we could do a diplomatic victory. We could do a tourism victory, no problem. Um, I'm just thinking of all the things that could have been done differently if our goal was literally get science to the point of no return and then convert that into military superiority and then just crush everybody. Diplomacy be damned. It actually seems like it would be a lot of fun. And I could still do that here. We would just be delayed on like nukes and stuff and, the tech path and everything might be different. But I've learned a lot in this series. And others have commented, oh, just watching your SimCity to science victories, uh, not that interesting. And I understand that. Like for me, it's not so interesting to play. This is part of the reason why I don't finish as many games as I start, because there does come a point where it's like, I mean, even right now, World Congress, ideology, spies, all the various catch-up mechanisms, like they don't stand a chance. The AI is just not good enough at these things to even like gather together to take me out. And even if they started trying to, like we could literally just wipe out Poland, and we could do it before anybody could even react. We could wait for this declaration of friendship to wear off or not, and then just like dominate her, right? And just push out in all directions. We could have kept Washington for ourselves to, push into Ottomans, etc., etc. And that sounds like a lot of fun. That seems like something that I would be interested in doing in the future. So like I said, I've learned a lot here, and I think this series has worn out its welcome. Public reception is waning, which is to be expected. It's one thing to say, "Oh, how do you deal with this in the early game?" But then once you get situated, it's a little more assured, and it's like, "Oh, you got these hurdles coming up on the horizon. How does he deal with that?" Oh, okay, that's pretty secure now. There just seems less and less as time goes on that the opponents could do to surprise or flip things around. I did want to announce that I already have another map prepared, another series that I think you guys will enjoy. Trying something not necessarily new, but something new to me, something I haven't really done before in the way that I'll be doing it in that map. So this isn't the end of our relationship, so to speak, just perhaps the end of this series. And yeah, I could just finish this one because, what is it to just take these units and steamroll everybody? But there is a lot of decisions involved, and because of the various rewinds and the mistakes I made, like, I've gotten as much out of this series as I feel I could. Um, you guys helped me go the tradition route, helped me re-examine my previous wonder policies, so I'm very grateful for that. Learned how to handle religion and tradition because I was playing it as if we were going liberty, and that just meant very pronounced lack of early spread of the religion, which obviously weakens tithe. Um, Not much faith to put into spreading the religion actively instead of just passively, because we did have opponents who were very keen to do so. I mean, we actually went to war at one point, which, yeah, somebody had pointed out what's going to happen. You take their stuff and then, you make peace and then they just make more and keep at it. Like, you can't stop that forever. And that's true. The way to stop it is to do your own first. And I made a mistake with that. So I learned from that. I learned how devastating these units could be. Like, even when I got the Foreign Legion, um, the conversion of our cities was inevitable. In fact, well, I lost track of it, but the Mayan prophet, I don't know if that's the same one even, but he didn't go away. Like, he converted our city, right? So, if, despite all our best efforts, we're losing the religion game anyways. If I had taken that Foreign Legion and just acted proactively at a time when they were 42 and everything else was like half that, we could have done some amazing things right then and there. Just taken Warsaw, been raking in the extra free culture, gold, science, whatever, you know. So many things that, and that's the other thing I think I did really wrong in this series that I need to learn from, and that is paying too much attention to diplomatic penalties. In the beginning, when you're trying to focus on establishing your borders, getting your infrastructure up, stuff like that, yeah, I can totally see making nice with your neighbors as much as possible. But there comes a point, and I think this is more of a tradition thing. I think this is where it's coming from. I'm used to liberty play, where the way you make money is external trade routes, selling off your horses, selling off your luxuries. Whereas here we are as tradition. I mean, look at these city connections. 42 gold per turn, 43 actually, 37 gold per turn, 43 gold per turn over here as well. Like, that is a lot of, considering all the buildings we have and units we have to pay maintenance on stuff, that is a lot of gold. And that's not counting the things that we would be getting from what we would sell. So say the world hated us and we're only selling luxuries at 3 gold. At this point in the game, so what, right? Like, so yeah, there's just a lot learned here. Um, I'm pretty much done with it. You guys can let me know if you really, really, really want to see it played out, and maybe that's something we can revisit. I still have the save files and stuff like that, but I'm ready to move on. And like I said, I do have another map, so new series coming very soon. Probably release it on Friday. It seems to be a good time to release a new series. Traffic seems up and things like that. So look forward to that. Anyways, I really appreciate all your guys' feedback, all of your involvement, all your engagement. I'm enjoying the games by myself, but being able to share it with you guys and get your feedback and learn from you guys, and you guys having conversations with each other about questions being asked and stuff like that, it's really a very humbling experience, and I enjoy it a great deal. So thank you, each and every one of you, those of you watching, those of you who have watched, left comments, likes. Thank you, each and every one of you. I appreciate it. Anyways, that's it for this series. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. I know it's been lengthy and it wasn't my intention, but there's just so many things I could talk about, things I learned, could be done better, the rewinds, etc. Things you guys have pointed out, shown me. The marble thing, that was so embarrassing. Anyways, thank you guys very much. I'll see you in the next series. Enjoy the rest of your day, and please take care.